We interrupt this program to bring you a little talk. Welcome back to Joker Talks. And I have a very controversial question that I've decided to answer today. And you guys might be a little confused by my answer, but for those of you who, first of all, you already see the question in the title, so there's that. Those of you who will stick around for my explanation will be true fans of this character and possibly of me. So, let's get right into it. Who do I think is the best Spider-Man? Now, since Spider-Man PS4 has come out, everybody has brought this up once again, wondering if Tom Holland is the best or if Tobey Maguire is the best, and why Andrew Garfield, why? So apparently I have the hiccups and did not realize it until I started recording. Anyway, my answer is none of them. None of them are the best. Now, listen and hear me out. Those of you who have stayed after my answer, those of you fanboys probably just left. Alright, so the usual argument is, Tobey gave us the best Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield gave us the best Spider-Man, and Tom Holland gave us the best of both worlds. Here is my take on it. The reason why, what they did right, let me start with Tobey Maguire's. What they did right. He was an amazing Peter Parker. He was very good at Peter Parker. He was nerdy enough. He wasn't young enough. He was very much not young looking. It just, he has a young face, so people just, accepted it. But he was very good at the emotion. They got the emotion right. They got him being Peter Parker. They got him crying and being upset over Uncle Ben. They got him taking care of Aunt May. Caring about his loved ones. They got all of that right. Everything was fine. But they killed off his enemies. They used Mary Jane first. The chemistry between Mary Jane and Peter Parker, Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire, was just off. The romance just wasn't there. I want to say, it was there, and a lot of people loved the love story that there was in it, but it wasn't the one I was used to. And we all try so hard to forget that third movie with the dancing and him flirting with random chicks and not Mary Jane, and it was just terrible. He was terrible at a boyfriend. He did not have the romance right. Now, so we move on to Andrew Garfield. Now, while he was a lackluster Peter Parker, he was not nerdy. He was smart, but he wasn't nerdy. He looked like one of the cool fuckboy douchebags, but with an education. Yeah, that's exactly how he looked. Like a fuckboy douchebag with an education. But they got the Spider-Man right. Now, the first suit was meh. That second suit was perfect. But my opinion is that they got the Spider-Man right. He did more quips. He was funny. He was silly. He was hilarious. It was great. He did well as Spider-Man. Um, but the main thing that I want to point out is the romance, the chemistry between Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield, and the like, I don't know how to explain it. It worked. It fit. They both seemed as if they were, those movies where people are together and their chemistry is together and then they end up being couples outside of the movie. Like, you remember how Freddy and Daphne from the first and second live action Scooby-Doo movies were a couple outside of those movies? You would think that they were together. That's how good unless they were together, and I had absolutely no idea. You would think that they were actually a couple at the time. But unfortunately, what they get wrong was obviously Peter Parker. He just, and the lizard looked stupid. We were waiting for him to have an actual lizard face, but he never did. But I guess that's okay. And everybody is upset about the Rhino and not being in it enough, even though he was mainly the main focus in the trailers. They put a lot of Rhino in the trailers. And then you find out that every part of Rhino that was in the trailers is all that's in the movie. And then we have Tom Holland. Now here's everybody's argument with Tom Holland. He gave the best of both worlds and everything. And yes, we are tired of seeing the origin story, watching Uncle Ben die, and all of that. But here's the thing. The reason why I don't like this particular Tom Holland Spider-Man is because his motivation isn't exactly the same there. Like, he's more of a, I don't know how to say this. They took away, we didn't get to see the origin story, yes. We're tired of seeing the origin story, yes. But by taking away the origin story, they kind of ended up taking away Uncle Ben as a whole. Like, his motivation wasn't, I did this because I failed at saving my Uncle Ben. His motivation was more, I want to make Tony Stark proud, a random person that I'm just a fan of. That would be like, I don't know, like Chris Brown going out and doing charities not because he wants to, but because he wanted to make Michael Jackson proud. Like, you can't, I don't understand how they didn't think about that. Like, I understand taking the origin story out. We're definitely tired of seeing the origin story. What I don't understand is with him supposedly being like 16, 17 in the movies, he shouldn't be over that death, and he acts like he's just not over. He's just over it. Like, he's okay with it because he met Tony Stark, and Tony Stark is like the Uncle Ben character, and that's how I feel about it. Like, if you combine these three different versions of Spider-Man into one Spider-Man, they'd be the perfect Spider-Man movie. But there's flaws with all three. There's good things about all three, but there's flaws of all three. I guess that's all. So yeah, if I had to absolutely pick one, it'd probably be Tom Holland. But because them not including Uncle Ben, that's not their fault. That's not his fault. He's a great Spider-Man. He does well at his job. I would have liked to have seen him more in... Like, I would have liked to see... That's another thing about it. I would have liked to see Spider-Man in a regular suit. Like in a suit that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are wearing right now. I would like to have seen him in just a spandex looking suit at some point. Like without all the tech and the technically being armor and all of that. It would have been nice to see, like, we got the homemade suit, but it would have been nice to see like the wrestling suit and other suits that Spider-Man has worn. Not go directly to the tech-savvy suit. But anyway, I'm done and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys like this series. I'm thinking about doing these more often. They're a little fun, you can ask me questions if you guys want, or you can see my opinions on things. Ask my opinions on things. I'm not just a gaming channel, even though it says Joker Plays. I'm not just a gaming channel. I do other things. Shut up, Discord. God. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.